computers, the way we built our cities. Over time, without a plan, on top of ruins.
This is a quote by writer and coder Ellen Ullman. I like this quote because it is a bitter truth that brings the attention to the tools that we use to create software. And in the case of our project, SolTunes, the tools to really create artwork. What you're seeing in front of you is a composite of snapshots taken during the process of making SolTunes. You will see that I'm using Arch Linux, an open source and free software as operating system. And I'm using Godot, which is a game engine to animate and create effects. I'm using Krita for graphic assets and drawing pixel art. And I also used FFmpeg for audio manipulation, and Ranger has a file manager that you might see here and there. So why did I choose these tools? Linux has a degree of craftsmanship built into it. It requires tinkering to work. In fact, it encourages curiosity, experimentation, discovery. It encourages you to learn deep and complex systems. In a way, Linux is the exact opposite of what the Apple ecosystem used to be. macOS used to be the simple environment that can be intuitively used, and the tagline was, "It just works," which means you really have no clue of its inner workings. Linux is the opposite. It just does not work unless you understand to some degree its inner mechanisms. Again, this requires time and energy, but forces you to tinker with it. Tinkering is my favorite word of all time. Tinkering is a creative activity that mimics artistic creation. And the best things in life are those upon which you just stumble upon by tinkering. I have been asked to use Photoshop or other proprietary software, but I think there is value in upholding the choice of open and free software. There is moral and ethical value, but there is also a pure artistic gain behind this decision. If you think about decentralization and the change of paradigm that it entails in financial institutions with crypto, you can make an argument that community-driven, free and open source software is the decentralized version of blocky, monolithic, proprietary software. Whenever you use Linux, Godot, Krita, or other free software tools, you end up communicating with the community, with their developers, and you grow as the program itself grows through a decentralized fashion. At the end of the day, learning to use the software ecosystem is like learning a language. It sculpts your pathways of thought and creation, and SolTunes required the pathway of the trailblazer, carved with community-driven tools of authenticity and unshackled imagination.